Dear diamonds and fellow diamonds in the rough, we all know Wuthering Waves is the new girl in the block that has all the boys wanting to come to the yard.
Including me!
Now, like every product, it will be received with both praise and criticism. Contrary to popular belief, both are necessary for a product to be good and most importantly thrive through the test of time. Today, we're going to look at the criticism of someone that unfortunately had terrible takes considering what's going on right now. More on that later. The streets are basically looking at him right now and going, "Stupid! They're just haters!" Well, I happen to be indifferent when it comes to Tenha. I love Genshin, and despite the videos you see, my anger is against the dev team itself and what this represents as a whole to the gaming industry. Wuthering Waves didn't give me no key, so if anything, I might end up agreeing with his takes. How did they give me no key? Salty me.
Had me very mad.
All jokes aside, I'll be looking at it from an unbiased point of view. It's what we do in this corner of the streets. We'll go through each point individually, and with that out of the way,
Let's talk about it.
Point 1. Wuthering Waves should add a see-through minimap. Yes, they should. Like he pointed out, it gets pretty annoying going back and forth through the map menu, back to exploring, and keep checking if you're in the right path.
That's a fact.
Implement that, please. I know for a fact that can annoy me too. Point 2. The font and UI are the same as Genshin. I've heard a lot of noise in the streets when it comes to this particular point. I'm gonna answer it and similar copy-paste topics that you might hear in not only games, but content creators as well. And I'm gonna do that with a quick little rant.
Well, here I go.
No matter what you think you came up with first, there's a very high chance some person in this planet thought of the same thing before you. There's billions of us. The probability of that are insanely high. But will they apply and follow through with that idea is what makes this world of ours so interesting. If you shed light on it first, the idea is yours by default, even though the other person might have had the idea years before you, or you literally stealing the idea. As far as the world is concerned, the idea is yours until proven otherwise. Now, when you're the first one that creates a new standard/genre, you will be what I like to call the blueprint. The blueprint that everybody can just follow for high probability of success. But that's just your opinion.
No, that's not an opinion, it's a fact.
Look at Mr. Beast and Mr. Beast-like channels, you know what I mean? Sentiment is always as follows. If it's working for you, the creator, why can't it work for me? Especially if I further improve on your idea. Is that a bad thing?
Hell no.
It's through these improvements, this competition, that we, the consumers, keep getting amazing products, contents, what have you. What does this have to do with Genshin and Wuthering Waves? Well, Genshin Impact is one of, if not the game that made the most money of all time in the gacha genre, hence making Genshin Impact the blueprint by default. If I open a restaurant and it's doing fantastic, why do more restaurants open right next to mine? Because the clientele always comes to that side of town, hence they can take advantage of my success, and sometimes if I have full capacity in my restaurant, they can have the clientele for themselves, and vice versa. If done right, this copy-paste type of relationship can benefit both parties. Is there any shame for claiming that something is the original product? Heck no. Take pride in it, and most people are not stupid and know who did what first, so own it. And in this instance, when it comes to the font, UI, whatever, if it ain't broke, why fix it? And this tells me that it is supposed to be a Genshin-inspired game, and their target audience is the Genshin community. It's a big, faithful community, and who wouldn't want that to be for their product as well? Basically, Wuthering Waves is looking at Genshin like,
I'm a big bad motherfucker and I'm here to drink your goddamn milkshake.
with that rant/answer to point 2.
On to the next one.
Point 3. Genshin is simple for mobile players. Wuthering Waves won't be because of added functions.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Even mobile Genshin players complain about endgame content and quality of life, because they do when they feel challenged. Adding an extra button is going to deter some, but most people can simply get used to the extra features and have fun with it. Point 4. The lighting is bad. It's supposed to be a post-apocalyptic world, so they gotta respect the theme. But they can easily fix that with lighting settings and have it as an optional feature. Not much there in my opinion, but it's good to point that out, and it's always good to have options for different types of players. Because what you like may not be what I like, and what I like may not be what you like. And so it goes.
He's right. Do you know that?
Point 5, minigames. You called it the Genshin minigame mode. I believe you just shot yourself in the foot for that one. You shouldn't have called it the Genshin minigame. You should have just said, oh, it has minigames. That's good. Or something like that. Why did you have to say Genshin? Bad move, bro. Oh, by the way, you mean the 2D game mode that every other game before Genshin had?
Are you stupid or something?
Again, blueprint. If it works there, it will work here. Genshin is trying a lot of minigames because they feel like their game engine can do much more than just the present features in the game. They're expanding on it by trying different things. Any other gaming developer with a brain will want to do the same thing. Point 6, co-op. Genshin co-op is literally the worst co-op system I've ever seen. It makes the people in your world feel more of a hindrance to your gameplay and enjoyment more than it is a good thing to have them in your world and enjoy a good time with friends or random strangers. They might add co-op system, but I do believe these types of games have trash co-op design on purpose because they don't want much socializing, as these games are designed to take advantage of the lonely and desperate, common human weaknesses that we have in today's society. These games are more dangerous than one might think, but that's a topic for another day. Point 7. Tenha hates furries. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Twitter comes for you? Next! Point 8. Genshin plunges with her ass. The streets know who to pull for now. Not only does she look badass, but she also does that. So sign me up. No need to say more, just sign me up. Point 9. Camera movement is too fast. Yes, this can be an issue, especially for longer playtimes. I believe this should be a feature that the player can choose to enable or not. What one may deem fun, others may find annoying or too fast, etc. Having options is always the best way to go about game design, in my opinion. But don't play the game if they don't have the options for you. I hope we don't have players like these in Wuthering Waves too. Hopefully, because of the changes they always make, I believe they won't have any room, so it's a good thing. So what Wuthering Waves and, well, technically Kuro Games is doing is not only good for the gameplay side of things, but also in the community side of things. I hate hearing dumb fucks like that talk. Oh my god.
Bitch ass.
Point 10. Both pros and cons are it's a Genshin copy. They have to prove to us that it's more than just Genshin, and I agree. Genshin puts pressure on Wuthering Waves to keep improving and doing things for the sake of player retention and loyalty. So it's a good thing. Keep it up. Point 11. Characters look the same. True, but so does Genshin. The difference between the characters are definitely the eyes and, most importantly, the face they're making. Diluc being grumpy, Chi-Chi wondering why you're mad for when she came into your account, etc. Wuthering Waves should have different types of faces 100%. Point 12. Hit satisfaction. Yes, that can be a bitch. It's why I love Claymore characters in Genshin. I'm a heavy hitter. I like to drop it hard and deep after a goat section of rotation and setup. You know, when you do things right, the enemies look at you and go, "It's a setup!" That. Point 13. Music. Oh yeah. Hoyo music is tough to beat. I don't even think we should compare, because when it comes to music, Hoyo is simply the GOAT! The GOAT! But they should work on that 100%. Music is very important for engagement and making moments in the game feel more immersive or badass, etc. Point 14. Details. Yeah, Hoyo has a lot of details in the game, most of which a lot of people look at and go,
I don't care.
So, in my opinion, it shouldn't matter, but for the people that care, have them there, see if I care.
But I'm not a rapper.
Point 15, don't rush the game. I agree, preparation is one of the most important factors to pleasure. Don't go rushing in, take your time, and when you finally release, you will have satisfaction for all sides.
Side note.
They can always keep listening to player feedback post-release and improve the game like Genshin once did. Remember 120 resin? But I do agree, because of Genshin's titanic presence, Kuro Games will have to make one hell of a first impression if they are to be taken seriously, because it is very easy to become irrelevant on the internet. With all of Tenha's points out of the way, is he being a Genshin dick rider because of the contract? Or is he just some guy saying his opinion on the internet like everyone else?
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
I believe it's a mix of both.
Let me explain why.
You cannot betray your audience, which is understandable, and you would love to be as honest as possible when it comes to your opinion. Points he raised are definitely to be taken into consideration for making Wuthering Waves a better game, as stated previously. But unfortunately, because of the contract, you will have a lot of people look at your takes as biased. And because of the actions of your peers, having the contract and somewhat defending Genshin now is a bit of a sin in the eyes of the many. As long as you understand that, and that the backlash your takes can have are fairly normal considering what happened in the Genshin community's history, more so recently. You don't have to be mad at what's going on. Nothing personal against you or that you made a huge mistake. It's just the way of the gacha streets right now. Hopefully this changes when Hoyo finally gets their head out of their ass and fix the goddamn game. I will see you on the next one. See ya.